Hey everyone, welcome to another video. It's Simon Hurley from Inklips, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create these two really fun winter tags. I'm going to be using the Cool Buddies stamp set from Create a Smile Stamps, and I'm also going to be using their enamel dots on my tags today, and I'm going to be showing you how to add some really fun embellishments in creative ways to your cards or tags in the future, so you guys can kind of know how to use these embellishments a little bit more. So I'm starting off with my Misty stamping tool here, and I'm lining up both of my snowman stamps onto a little tag, and I'm going to be picking it up with the door of the Misty and stamping it down using some Memento Tuxedo black ink. Now you'll notice that my images aren't stamping too well today, and I actually have to go back over them like 3 times each because they were not stamping well, and the reason why is because there was a little piece of something on top of one of my magnets that was keeping the door from really going down super well, so that's kind of why I had to stamp it over and over. It's not the Misty tool's fault, but it's nice to have the Misty out and stamp with it because that way I can keep stamping over top of it and it'll give me a perfect image every time, and I can get a really nice dark complete black image. So I just wanted to let you guys know it's not the Misty's fault, it's actually just user error here that there was something on top of my magnet. So I've lined up the penguins in the same exact way, and I'm going to be stamping those down. Once again, the image didn't stamp down too well, so I'm just going over it once more because the penguin's head didn't stamp completely. So all you have to do is just ink it back up and put the door back over top, and then just give it some good pressure in the area that it didn't stamp perfectly in, and that's kind of how you fix it. Okay, so now I'm just going to do some really simple Copic coloring here. Nothing really too special with the blending today. I really wanted to focus on adding the enamel dots as the embellishments, so I really didn't want to make a ton of the rest of the card stand out, and also I'm going to be covering some of the parts that I color, so I didn't really want to do too many special techniques on the coloring for today. So I'm really simply just going in with some warm grays for my snowman here. I'm starting off with my usual, the darkest color, and then I'm going out to the lighter colors, and then I'm using my alcohol blending pen to blend that out to kind of go to a white and add kind of like a shine to their head with the snow. And then for the penguins, I'm adding some warm grays, and then I'm also going to add a really dark cool gray over top, just to add some darkness to it because I don't really want to add black on there. It kind of covers up the features of the penguins. So usually when you add a kind of dark gray to the penguins, it adds some darker color, but you can still see the awesome features of it. So they're kind of lighter penguins, but I still love to add that color there. So then I'm going to make their beaks kind of like a yellowish orange color, and then I'm moving on to a little bit of a darker shade of orange. And I'm not going to blend that out because it's really small area there, so it doesn't really need it. And then I'm going on to the penguins' stomachs, and I'm going to use that same color combination and just add some shading to their little tummies. I love making them orange, so that's what I'm doing for today. And then I'm going once again back in with my alcohol blending pen to just blend that out to kind of a white shade at the top. And then I'm going to make the snowman's scarf red, and then I'm going to color the other snowman's buttons green to finish these tags off. And then I'm going to use my alcohol ink blending pen once again to add some texture to their little stomachs, and I'm just adding little dots of this, and it'll kind of remove some of that color. It's a really fun way to add some texture to your pieces, and I'm also going to do that to the snowmen to make it look like their snow is a little bit textured, and it also kind of makes it so that it's not one flat layer of color. It's more textured, and it adds a lot to your piece and a lot of interest and dimension, so I'd really recommend doing that. It just is a really easy way to kind of spruce up your cards or tags, whatever you're making here. With the gray, it doesn't show up as well as on the stomachs, and also when I do this, or when you do this, you don't want to expect great results right away. Over time, it'll get darker and darker of a white color. Okay, so now I'm going to be using the Merry Christmas sentiment on my Misty stamping tool, and I've lined it up right below the penguins and snowmen, and I'm stamping that down. Now, the reason why I'm using my Misty here is so that I can get exactly the same stamp in the exact same spot on both tags, and once again, it's not stamping too well because of the magnets, but once I moved them out of the way, I'm able to stamp this sentiment perfectly, so I'm not exactly sure what was on it, but I'll have to check that out after the video. So now I'm stamping down the Merry Christmas on the snowman tag as well, and then I'm going to take 2 of the snowflakes that came in the set, and I'm going to kind of create my own background using them here, and using 2 different colors of blue. Now one is a little bit easier to see on the video, so you won't really be able to see the lighter blue, but I did stamp a lot of those snowflakes as well. So I'm just filling up the background here with as many snowflakes as I think looks right, usually pairing them in groups of 3 or just different groups on the card. It looks better to the eye, so whatever you really feel like doing to stamp your own background works. You can also use a background stamp and just mask off the penguins, but today I just decided to go a really simple route and just stamped on some of these snowflakes. So now with the enamel dots portion, I'm going to be putting them on the insides of some of the snowflakes because the snowflakes have little openings on the inside, so I decided to just add some enamel dots to those. And I'm just using a craft knife here, and I can just pick them off of their packaging and add them right onto my project. And they're already self-adhesive as well, so you can just add them on super quickly. I'm also just going to be adding some of these orange teardrop shaped enamel dots onto here. I love these packages that Create a Smile Stamps makes because they come with so many different shapes in one package, and it's so versatile for all your card making and crafting uses, and you can get so much use out of one package rather than buying all separate different shapes. You'll get them all combined, so it's really easy and really versatile to add to your projects. So for the bigger snowmen and penguins' beaks, I had to use some of the bigger shapes, but they still didn't fit perfectly, so I just added them onto the center of their noses so that a little bit of the coloring would peek out, and I think it looked kind of funny and really cute as well. So for me, it didn't really matter that they didn't fit perfectly. You could just add them to the smaller penguins' noses, but I'm just adding these to tags, so it didn't really matter how perfect it was. I just thought it would look really awesome. So now I am taking some of these red buttons and adding them onto the snowmen's little buttons and scarves as well, just to give those some dimension. One thing you can do with these enamel shapes, if they don't perfectly match your project, like I did with the beaks, I just colored with a little orange Copic marker over top to make it a little bit darker. So now I'm taking a variety of different twines and adding them into these little tags so I can wrap them around a present, and I'm leaving it quite long so that it will wrap around a present and tie a nice bow. But if you want to leave them shorter, you can as well. And I'm just going to pull all that twine through, and it makes a nice thick clump. So that wraps up these tags for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed watching this video. I know I loved creating these tags, showing how to use these enamel shapes. They're super fun embellishment and super easy to add to your card as well, and they just add a lot of dimension. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a big thumbs up, and remember that all of the supplies will be listed and linked down below in the description or over at my blog if you're interested in anything you saw in today's video. Also, if you would like to stop over at my blog, inklips.com, there'll be much more information and still photos for this card. I hope to see you guys again very soon in another crafting video, and until then, bye guys!